Hello guys, and welcome to another One Piece card game match. Today I have myself on the left playing Purple Luffy and my friend Scrapduck on the right playing Whitebeard. You know, a little bit of more Whitebeard on the channel. We go ahead and do the die roll and I lose terribly, so he decides to go second here. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying some of this One Piece content. If you guys do enjoy, please leave a like, give me a comment on if you guys like to see Whitebeard more. And please, you know, subscribe. Cool, so let's see, I was thinking about the hand, and I go ahead and mulligan this. I didn't see what I wanted to, and he also mulliganed, so now we're just gonna have to take whatever we get. I do think Purple Luffy kinda struggles with these, the Rush Red decks. It's like, you have to balance taking life and not taking life, so yeah, and he's playing the Straw Hat version, so it's a bunch of actual Rush characters. So Purple Luffy really struggles in these rush downs because you don't want to take the life for the Dawn. It just feels bad. But yeah, so he gets 2 Dawn, passes, takes his life, and I go ahead and take my life. And I get like a card count on him, and I'm like, that's 7. So I go ahead and I use the Law Effect to try to snipe 7. He's going to shuffle up his hand and just take the top 2. So let's see what I hit here. And I hit 2 Rush Zoros. And I am so happy to see that, knowing that I'm not going to get swung on by some Zoros next turn. Now he does go Brook effect, gives 2 to the Whitebeard with the effect, and then gives 2 more and goes 10 into lead. I go ahead and take this. There's no way I want to counter, and I want to save my blocker for later if possible. So I get 2 done, and I have to decide on taking life or not. Going down to 2 is pretty scary, but I go ahead and do it. I put 1 on lead, so I can swing 6. I just wanted to apply some pressure here, and I go 5 for the kid. So I could have just played the kid here and not swung on his life, but I needed to get like a card out of hand. I don't want him to have this counter later in the game. I have to try to bleed his hand. So I go ahead and not take this 8, and then he goes 7 here, and I go ahead and 3k counter because the Sheep's Horn is pretty dead in this matchup. All of his stuff is going to come down and swing on me anyway. Alright, and now I have to decide what I want to do here. So I have the kid and I have a bunch of blockers, but I think I decide here that going as wide as possible is what I need to do. So I go ulti, page 1 combo, and I ramp another Dawn, and I go ahead and swing 5 into the Brook because it's just clear. He's swinging with it, obviously, I need to get it off. And then with the 5, because I got one back, I go ahead and play Poly with no effect, just so I could go as wide as possible and still keep counter in my hand. It's the only reason why I keep the kid, the queens in hand. So let's see, he is at his 7 Dawn turn. I am kind of scared of an ace, but like if I have to, I'll just block it. He goes 6k in, I go ahead and block it and give him a 1k with the queen. And then he goes 7 into life, and I just take it. I don't have the counter. I can't even bluff it. So this turn I have to decide like what I want to do here. I want to drain his hand as much as physically possible. So I think I just start going, I go 6 into the Luffy. I know he's want to keep this alive because I'm going to have blockers. I go 6 into the Luffy again, and he gives me 2 cards. I go 6 into the Luffy one more time, and it worked out perfectly. So I'm actually able to drop the Kaido here, and I pop the Luffy, use the kid effect to ramp back, and I go 6 into life again. And again, I'm just trying to get as many cards out of his hand as possible, and I feel really good with that turn. I go 10 to life, and he takes it with the Bad Manners Kick Course. I have nothing else to swing, so he doesn't use its ability. And now it's looking pretty bad for him. We're both at 1 life, so it's pretty scary for him. He does go 8, though, into, I believe, my leader, and I just counter out for 9 because I did draw another Sheep's Horn. And yeah, so now we're going back, and I think we're back at 7 Dawn here? Yes, we're back at 7. No, wait, 8. Yeah, oh man, I'm higher than I thought. So I could Luffy effect here to use the other Kaido that's in my hand, but I do also see that he is 10k, and I want to just swing again. I need to get cards out of his hand if I can. But the only way I'm actually able to do this is if I like bait my Dawn here. So I go 10 into lead, he counters out the Bad Manners Kick Course because again he is at 8k. So that gives him to the 3k, and I'm like, okay, he's got 3 cards left in hand. What can I do here? I need to still threaten, so I go 8 in, and he counters out for 1, and then I drop 5, I believe? Yes, 5. I replace my ulti because I don't think she's going to do anything. Go queen, -1, and I drop this Kaido, I believe, because I just want counter. I need to be able to live next turn if he has double rush Luffy. I get one back for the kid, and I go 8 again, and he goes ahead and takes it. It's actually a misplay on my part, giving him another card to play, because he could always just like double Otama, -1 of my blockers, then swing and kill my blocker and go for game that way. But I figured that was going to take way too much Dawn anyway, and I kind of want him to waste his Dawn because I know that I have 4k counter in hand, and I have 2 blockers. But I'm going into this turn fully expecting me to lose both my blockers here. I missed what he got off the Nami search, but let's see. I think it might have been a Rush Sanji, the 6k, or Brook. No, it was the Brook because he needed counter. But he does have a 6k Sanji in hand. So he goes 8, and I can counter out of this, but it would take my whole hand. So I go ahead and just block this. He goes 10 in, and I go ahead and block this one as well. You know, like I can take a hit if I need to, but let's see what happens. So he drops the Rush Sanji, goes 6 in, and I just 1k counter out of this. I think he swung into my page 1 here, just to try to minimize the board to try to survive. But yeah, it's not looking too good. I sit here and I think I'm like 1 Dawn up. I have multiple swings. What do I want to do here? And then I just decide, like, you know what? There's no way he has a million counter in hand. So I just take all 10 Dawn, stack it on Kaido, and I go 20 into lead. And I'm like, if you got it, I can still keep swinging. And yeah, he only had 9. No, he had 7k in hand. And I had a 2k in life. So yeah, I'm just explaining, like, yeah, I got counter. I could have countered out of the first swing, but I didn't want to risk it because most of the time, these rush decks, they take you because they drop all the rush units that are unblockable. And I just wanted to keep as much counter as possible. With 5 Dawn and the counter I had in hand, I felt safe. And as long as I blocked the 2 hits, I didn't think there was a line for him to actually win. Even with him putting Dawn on his leader, there wasn't enough for him to double Luffy me. But yes, great game, Scrap Duck. Like this matchup. If you guys like Whitebeard, let me know. And you guys have a great day. Peace.